Welcome back to Vidhammer. I recently picked up Pandemic Legacy, the second season. Apparently there's no difference in the boxes. It's just the artwork. So I got the one that kind of has the collapsed bridge and a little truck driving through, like Night of the Living Dead style here. So I have not played the first season of Pandemic Legacy. I got to watch several different games be played and talk to a lot of people about it, and always wanted to get a copy and never actually ended up getting one. By the time it got to where I was like, hey, I'd like to put together a game of this, just about everybody that I knew had already played the first season. So I'm like, yeah, well, I'd like to play with people that don't already know what's going to happen, even though every time you play it gets a little bit different. But I figured I would go through an unboxing of this as I open this guy up and give you my thoughts on what's going on, since it's still a relatively new game. And I can tell you what I'm looking forward to. First off, this is a game by Z-Man Games. It's for 2 to 4 players, and it is much like Pandemic, where you are trying to fight diseases as they occur on the board of the game. But this is a legacy game, so it's designed to where you're going to play that game many times. And each time you play it, some things are going to happen which will affect all of the games that you play from then on. As a legacy game, you will be changing the board and changing the game each time you play it. So that next time you play, maybe some characters that you were playing with before, some of them died and they're not there anymore. Or locations can get overrun, or they can riot, or the location itself can just end up being destroyed. And it's like, well, you don't have anything else left you can do with that. So location cards and character cards, as you play through the game, some of them you will be tearing up, or you'll be putting stickers on the board, or, as it seems from looking at the back of this game, it doesn't look like you are starting the game with the map completely filled out. In the first game, you had a map set up that was just like Pandemic. It's the whole world, and you go from country to country to city and try to fight off diseases and stuff like that. This is, from what it says here, supposed to take place after the first game did. Many years later, several decades, I think it's like 71 years ago. 71 years after the first season of Pandemic Legacy. That's when this is taking place. So it looks like you've got South America down here in what looks like Brazil and stuff like that, and this looks like Africa and some Europe and stuff like that, and I guess this is the East Coast of the United States over here up into Canada. So it looks like you don't have access to everywhere on the board when this thing begins. So I'm guessing it's post-apocalyptic, and communication and transportation have broken down. So you're going to have to fight your way into the actual countries and figure out how to get from one place to another and stuff like that. But without any further ado, let's tear this sucker open and see what it's got inside. Realizing I don't have anything to open this with other than my creativity, so I'm just going to grab a corner and tear it. That's what she said. I don't think that works there. I don't think it wants to work there. Okay. All right, we're popping it open right from the very beginning here. All right, Matt Leacock and Rob Davio. My apologies for slaughtering your name. Okay, then plastic. All right, let's see what. Pardon me. Nick, Season 2. Dear Pandemic enthusiast, thank you for acquiring Pandemic Legacy Season 2. We hope you will have as much fun playing it as we had developing it. To better improve your play experience, we wish to inform you of the following. Okay, dossiers and packages. You should remove the shrink wrap from the dossiers before your first game. Do not open any doors on the DOS. I guess I'll figure out what those are as we go. Don't open any doors on the dossiers or any of the packages. Numbered boxes in the game box. Okay. Until instructed to do so. Scratch off material. Separate components. Oh, have silver scratch off material hiding certain information. Do not scratch off any of the components until instructed to do so. All right. Maybe we'll get some some scratch tickets here and win something. I don't know. More than likely, since it's Pandemic Legacy, we're probably going to be losing stuff when we scratch things off. I'm just guessing. Legacy deck. When playing the game and going through the Legacy deck, make sure that you read and reveal these cards in numerical order. 0101A, 0101B, 0102A, 0102B, etc., and only when instructed to do so. Okay, hopefully I'll be able to get that right. Seems pretty self-explanatory. Thank you and good luck. This will be a year long remembered. Once again, we can call upon you to save humanity. All right. And looks like we've got ourselves a manual. Instructions for a better life on the Havens. Maybe that's the land, is like the Havens or stuff like that. The world almost ended 71 years ago. Oh, so close, and yet so far. All right, kind of a breakdown of what our components are, component overview. Welcome to the game. This looks nice. I kind of like it. It's got some interesting little background info on it. The font is very nice. Seems pretty easy to read and all that good stuff. So looking forward to going through all this stuff in time. But let's take a look at what else we've got in here. Draw cards. Ooh, new actions. Rule stick. Okay. Looks like, yeah. Here's what you can do on your turn. And this is what we start off being able to do. And then this is probably what we'll also be able to do as things go on. New actions. All right. Draw cards. Infections. Oh, yes. We all know that word far too well, those of us who have played this game many times. This guy looks kind of grizzled over here. Looks like he came right out of the grizzled game that I've got sitting over there. Ooh, infections. Rules for infections. Game end. And a new rule for when the game ends. Exposure, scars, and death. Yeah. Well, I can't really say I'm looking forward to when characters start dying. It's just that I know it's going to happen. So, oh, Newt. Newt from Aliens. Except she's grown up and it looks like she's had a bit of an operation. And of course, she has xenophobia. You need one extra city card of the same color to do the recon action. It looks like that's not something that they start out with, but that's an added thing. That's a scar that you get. Oh, a lifetime scar. Oh, dear. Cities of the known world. As we start off knowing where some of the cities are, and we're going to have to explore to find out what the rest of them are. But it looks like, yeah, Sao Paulo, Jacksonville, Washington, New York, Istanbul, London. So they all still have their own name. I'm assuming maybe as we go on, some of them have not kept their original name. I don't know. We'll see. And we got some players and actual stickers for them. Got their jobs, and we have the scars that they can do. It'd be nice to read through those. Ooh, and lots of little marker things. Add a character ability to any created character, even one who was not in the most recent game. Lots of little indicator things. I don't know. Migration. Increase the population of a location on the grid by 1. 0 population has been forsaken. Forsaken, falling, struggling, surviving, and then recovering. The best you can do is recover. Oh boy. Okay. Well, here's sticker things. I can't even get in here. Maybe this is the thing that they told me to open, but don't open any of the things yet. I don't know. Well, some pretty artwork. Look forward to figuring out what's in there. Looks like these are our character cards, so it's kind of like a little passport thing. So you're going to choose who you want to have and put the little picture on there. Journal of where you've been, I guess. Oh, did you win? Yes or no? I can only assume. Actions. Ooh, the actions you actually get, and you can actually put the new actions on the back and see what's going on. Mandatory objective. Build 3 supply centers. Okay. Don't know what else is in there, but I'm sure we'll get down to it. Stop! Do not draw, reveal, look at, handle, or otherwise disturb these cards until instructed. I'm sorry, I already messed up. I touched them. I took them out of here. I should not have done that. Draw this card and read the other side during step 2 of the setup of your first game in January. I'm putting those back since I've already voided the warranty on this game. Let's see what we got here. There's those little trackers for infection level and all that good stuff. Got a few little green things, 4 little pawns to keep track of the 4 people in the game. So I guess they didn't go all crazy like they've done for some of the others where, like the expansions for the original Pandemic game where you got, I think 24 or 25 different colors at this point. So there's for every different possible role that you can be, they have a different color and corresponding, different markers for it. So here they're just like, no, you get 4 and that's it. And what do we get? We actually get brown, pink, blue, and white. Okay, I guess. I probably would have gone with a little bit different color-wise, but hey, that's just me. Got some, I don't know, zombie markers or infected markers or something. It looks like that's what we got. We got gray ones and these see-through green ones to mark whatever's going to be going on. I'm assuming this is going to be marking different research centers. The components look very well made. It doesn't look like any of them are stuck together. These are plastic. Everything in here is plastic, and I'm pretty sure these are plastic as well. Yeah, they're not wood counters. They're all plastic, but yeah, there's no flaws or anything. It doesn't look like any of the corners need to be rounded off or whatnot. They're machined out very well. Looks like we've got ourselves a board, and then the boxes. Yes, the boxes of craziness. Just 1 level of boxes. Yep. 1 through 8. What's in there? I don't know. I have no idea. But as far as space, there is an insert in here. Well, there's nothing else underneath there, but not very much wasted space at all, from what I've seen so far. Well, from what you can see right here. Not opening that up, but it seems like what's in there fills up at least most of that box. Let's take another box at random and see. Those are quite different. I don't know. It seems like there's probably some cards in here, but this is like some playing pieces. Extra little ones of these or these. Maybe part 6 is where the zombie outbreak kicks in and stuff starts going crazy. But it doesn't look like they really could have made anything better space-wise for trying to make this game any smaller. So hats off for doing a good job of putting the game together in a box that fits. And let's see. Our trifold map here as I move some of this stuff a little more out of the way. Yeah, we've got some facsimile roughing around the edges. It looks like it's supposed to resemble a metal worn control panel, kind of World War II era-esque, I suppose. Maybe after the Great Collapse, these are the only things that still survived. So our objectives, game end, and yeah. Yep, Sao Paulo, Lagos, Jacksonville, Washington. Yeah, this is London, Istanbul, yeah. So this is Africa, here's Europe, here's the East Coast US, and here's South America down here. So that's what you have access to begin with. You're going to have to go out and explore. I'm imagining that's probably what's in some of those boxes, and probably in quite a few of these stickers that are underneath here. I'm guessing some of these are probably going to be, or at least a significant number of them will probably be locations that we will end up sticking on the board as we venture forth. So, yeah, we'll be diving into this stuff. We'll be diving into the rule book a little more and figuring out how this thing is going to play out. Yeah, probably I'm going to get through that. The cards look very well machined. You know, there's not any rough, crazy edges or anything. I think this one and these, at least, are definitely game to be opened up. So let's take a quick look and see, more plastic, see how well our edging and stuff does. Cursory look here. They don't look to be off. Those of you who are watching at home can chime in with what your opinions are on that. Looks like you've got, these are set by the color, so you have your actions and plus whatever your new actions are per person. So I'm guessing when you do come across new actions, it might be the case that specific players gain the ability to do additional actions that the other players can't, depending on where you were when it happened. If you were in some city when awesome things happen, you're like, okay, now you can do this action because you were there and you experienced it full hand or whatever. Maybe the people know you and trust you or whatnot. Who knows? Maybe they trust. Don't ever trust anybody. In a post-apocalyptic world, how often would you really want to trust someone? So I don't know. I don't think it's bad for me to be opening these. It didn't have the big warning on the front, but we're just going to take that down to there because it looks like... Yeah, the printing looks consistent. It doesn't look like there's any errors in the batch as things go on. There might be, an error from one game creation to another, but within the game, it seems to be consistent and happy, and I'm not going to look at any of the other stuff. Oh, of course, as I look over, I just see this ring shining right at me. No! Always a good sign when you see a huge epidemic thing staring you in the face. Yeah, we'll get back to you, buddy. Don't worry, we'll get back to you. Ooh, let's take a look at gander at our actual characters here and see what they look like. They look kind of post-apocalyptic ready, I guess. Ready for dirt and sand and whatever else. Try to limit your exposure to the elements. They got a lot of, pigment stuff that they're putting on their face. Maybe water isn't that big of a concern. But usually when you go for, looking at pigments and painting and stuff like that, you're like, yeah, usually that stuff requires some amount of water to be mixed in with it. And it's like, yeah, anything that's crazy where you're just life hanging on the edge, water is one of your biggest concerns. So why would you waste it on paint? But these are the heroes, so maybe they got water to spare. Maybe. I don't know. They look good. I like the artwork. I like how it is themed, and we'll see how this goes as I play through it. Hope you like this little box opening. If you've got comments or suggestions, or if you've started playing the game yourself, leave some comments. And until next time, keep playing.